Well, good morning, YouTube. This is Chuck. It's Tuesday, May 16th, and taking Flapjack out for his morning walk, and thought I'd talk to you a little bit. We made a loop back through the woods, and now we're headed back toward camp on the road. You know, they say dogs see the world through their nose, and I can't speak to all of them, but I can certainly speak to this one. Spin you around so I can talk to you. Yeah, Kevin came up last evening, and he and I sat out for a while, and we didn't have a real high level of activity. We did have some. The forest people were definitely there. We saw a few twinkle lights, and we both got a few highway hair tingles and light zaps, and a couple of times that Kevin even thought that he had that he could see a shimmering image, and I did too, but it wasn't so definite I hang my hat on it. But after a little while, I think they kind of got tired of messing with us. So we did ask them how many of them there were, and they told us 7. But apparently none of them were high enough rank that they were able to communicate with us. So we didn't really get any communication. We didn't get any new names. I thought I got one, but I'm not sure enough even to repeat it. Dog pulling on me. So basically, we got to be about, I don't know, 8:30 or so, which is kind of early for us. And let me get up here to this next shade. The sunlight's probably not showing up real good on camera. But anyway, there we go. Anyway, we kind of, about 8:30 or so, all of a sudden, we both got cold, even though we were dressed warmly. We didn't have our Carhartts on or anything, but we got cold, and I kind of got told to go inside. And so this place isn't too far from where Kevin lives, so he wasn't planning on staying the night anyway. So he got in his truck and headed home, and I went ahead and went inside for the rest of the evening. And so we didn't really have a whole lot. We had a little bit of activity, and it was, interestingly enough, it's the kind of activity that somebody that doesn't do what we do might just write that off as nothing. And but you know, we've been doing this for quite a while now, and we picked up on it. And I saw a couple of twinkle lights that were pretty darn bright, and they couldn't have been anything else. So it was a decent evening. We're staying here one more day, going home tomorrow. The dog keeps pulling me in different directions. Sorry about that. I should know better than to try to film a video while I'm walking the dog. He keeps seeing things he wants to go investigate. So anyway, I'll make this a quick one. Pan around a little bit, show you the area once again. As I told you yesterday, this was the old highway. Down the road a little bit, there's the remains of an old CCC camp back from the Depression. And that was when a lot of the modern highways were put in here. This particular road was bypassed by the current Arizona State Route 87, which is about, probably 3/4 of a mile to the south of here. And down the road just a little bit, there's actually the remains of a old CCC camp. CCC was Civilian Conservation Corps. And the CCC and the WPA were formed during the Great Depression to give people jobs. And the dog's still pulling on me, that's why the camera's jerking around. And to give people jobs, to help people get out of the Depression. I'll spin you back around. Anyway, a little bit later on today, I'm going to take you down to where the old CCC camp used to be, and show you what's left. There's not a lot left. Some foundations and a concrete slab where their shop used to be, and we've camped down there before. Probably the most interesting thing about that place is actually the dump, because like they did in those days, they Flapper, come on. I keep him on a leash, and one of the reasons why is because every time he finds something that's the least bit even looks in his mind like food, he'll try to eat it. And that does, and he thinks that elk droppings look like dog food, and if people drop a wrapper or something, he's all over it. So this area's camped on pretty heavily. So there's debris. You know, he'll try to jerk my arm out of the socket for an old French fry if he can find one. So that's one of his faults, but he's a good boy other than that. But anyway, the garbage dump down at the old CCC camp, you know, they didn't used to clean things up, and so there's a lot of old rusty cans, and every once in a while you dig through there and you find a treasure. But it's all grown up with ferns now, and so you got to kind of wade through a fern patch even to explore it. And it's on the side of a canyon because they used to just throw their trash off the side. So it's a little bit hard to get in there to it, but it's kind of an interesting thing to explore. So maybe we'll try to go down there later on today and film a little video about that. But for this one, I'm going to go ahead and cut it off here and tell you, like I always do, take care of each other, love each other, and it's a wonderful day here in the neighborhood. It's a beautiful place. This camping area, later on in the summer, it'll get pretty crowded, but right now it's just an absolute delight. It's a quiet, a little bit cool morning. Possibility of thunderstorms later on today, but it's just a beautiful place to be, and I'm very fortunate to have the ability to come here. I'll pan it around, find the button, and show you our camp. We're sitting right over there in the trees, pretty spot, and we'll talk to you on the next one.